Hello students, welcome to the Introduction to Electronic Health Records. In this video, I'm going to review the portfolio project with you. In week 1 of class, once you click into the weeks folder, you will scroll down to the bottom where you will find the portfolio project directions and rubrics. Please remember that you need to use Firefox as your internet browser to complete the project and to not have any glitches occurring with technology. So for this first week, you're going to download the directions, which include the rubric. It's a Word document, and basically it looks like this. Okay, and so you'll notice that the project is worth 20% of your grade. At the very top, we have the course outcomes, the program outcomes, and the institutional outcomes listed here for you. You're given a scenario where basically you are working as a medical administrative assistant in a doctor's office, and you're going to be entering some information into the electronic health record system. Then as you progress through the course, we're going to learn more about electronic health records, how information can be released. We're going to look at master patient indexes and HIPAA. All right, and so you're going to be using all of this information throughout your career. All right, so we are not working on anything in week 2 of class. We will begin working on the project aspects in week 3. So let's go into class and take a look at week 3. So you're going to read over the directions given in the Word document, okay? And you will notice that you're going to basically use the patient information here for these 3 patients, and you're going to be entering their information into the electronic health record system. You will find that system right here in week 3. So where we have this listed where it's the registering patients, you're going to actually use this link. So when you click on this link, it will take you to this area. You'll click on Begin. You're going to enter your Bryant and Stratton email address and password. Once you've logged in, you will notice this box pops up, and there is an assistant at the bottom. And she's telling you to click on the medical tab. So we have to scroll back up a little bit to see that. This is the medical tab. She is now saying to click on the create button so we can enter the new patient's information into the system. So we'll click create, and then you'll see that there are all the new boxes that need to be filled in. So you will go back to the directions document, and you will enter in each patient one at a time. You will enter in all of their information. You'll notice that the directions are indicating that you want to list these in order from below. After you register your patients in the electronic health record system, you will be prompted to generate a patient summary report. You're going to take a screenshot of that report and save it to a PDF file. That is what you will submit back to Blackboard. So you will submit that in this area right here. The directions also indicate that once you've completed that, you're going to answer 4 short questions in Blackboard. So that's the next section here. Okay, so that's what's required for week 3. As we scroll down, you can see that there's information that we will be doing in week 4. So as you read through, you will notice that patient information is not always given to you in the same documents. So sometimes there are a couple of documents that we'll need to be able to enter patient information into the system. Okay, and so let's go into week 4 in Blackboard and see what they're giving us. All right, so in the area in Blackboard, you will notice that they're giving us 3 different patients. they're giving us a registration form and an insurance card. And this is what those look like. Here's the insurance card for the first patient, Bella Allen. And then here's the patient's registration form. So notice the patient's, all of the information is listed here. So we are then going to go into, we're going to click on this link for deciphering the patient's information. And it will take us back into that same area where you're going to log in with your email address and password. And then it will bring you back to this box where there you have the assistant. And once again, she is saying to click on the medical tab. And then we need to figure out from here the information that we need to insert. So we'll click that create button again. And then let's go back to the directions. And so it says to download those patient registration forms like I just showed you, as well as their insurance document. And in order, we're going to enter those into the electronic health record system. So notice that too, we will only enter the patient information into the highlighted fields. Okay. Also, make any notes of highlighted data entry fields that may be incorrect on the patient's registration form. After registering the new patient's information into that system, now remember there's 3 separate patients, so you'll be using those insurance cards and registration forms to enter their information. Then you will be prompted to generate a summary report, and you're going to take a screenshot of that, save it to a PDF, and you will submit it back to Blackboard. So it will be basically be back to this area right here. Okay, and then you will notice there's a reflection assignment, so let's look at the directions for that. So here you're going to use a Word document and include at least 250 words or more. And you're going to reflect on the following. So you're going to look at this information here and you're going to address these areas for your reflection. So then of course you're going to submit that to this area here in Blackboard. All right, so for week 5, let's go into week 5. We're looking at master patient indexes and electronic health records, components, and policies. And for this, we are going to perform a quality check, and we're going to look at privacy violations. So notice we are given some patients' registration forms, patients 1, 2, and 3. So once again, we'll click into the link. That will take us to that area. And this is where we're performing the quality checks. You will once again be prompted to log in with your Bryant Stratton email, address, and password. And then you will notice that once again, we have the assistant who pops up here. Now, if we look at the directions for this, so we will basically read through this scenario. And so we're basically verifying that the patient's information was entered correctly. So we're downloading those 3 patient registration forms from Blackboard. And basically this is what one of them looks like. So this is Joseph Bello. All right, so notice all of the information is listed on his form. So now we got to make sure that it's accurately listed in the electronic health record. Okay. And so this is where we're going to click on the medical tab. And then let's follow the prompts. So click on Joseph Bello to review his information. So that's this one here. All right, so we're going to use his registration form. We're going to review this and compare it to what's placed in the record here. Okay. So then you might be saying, well, what do we do if we find an error, right? So remember to check the format of the entry as well. Okay. So when selecting the errors made in each patient's entry, you will be prompted to take a screenshot of your selections before submitting. So you will submit 3 screenshots total, 1 for each patient. Okay. And so that's what you're going to submit back to Blackboard in this area right here. Okay. Also remember, the simulations may not recognize fast clicks and might be a little bit slow to load. So if that happens when you're in the EHR simulation, please remember that. Also allow pop-up blockers. Okay. All right. And so then after you complete that part, there is another reflection you will do for 250 words or more. And you're going to include information from these aspects here. And then, of course, once you write that out, you'll submit that back to Blackboard to this area. All right, there's nothing due in week 6. So in week 7, this is where you're going to submit the final piece of your portfolio project. Okay, so you're going to make any additional corrections given from the feedback I've given you in weeks 4 and 5. And you're going to submit both of your reflections to your ePortfolio as well. Okay. When you go into week 7 of class, and let's go there so we can take a look. Click into week 7. And here's the directions for the submission. Notice there is a instruction document as well as a video that you can review to show you how to upload this to your portfolio area. And then also notice that when you upload it to the area, to your ePortfolio, you want to use the following naming convention: medical chart contents and storage for electronic and paper charts. Okay, so that's what you will use once you upload your portfolio project to the program or institutional outcome listed in the portfolio project directions. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so hopefully that clears things up as far as the directions for the project. Here's the rubric. So you notice it is worth 100 points. So the reflection and content's worth 90, grammar's worth 10. And there's area for the points and as well as instructor comments there. So you have a copy of that with the directions for the portfolio project. Okay? All right, and as always, if you ever have any questions as you're progressing through working on the project, reach out to your instructor.